All right, so topic of today, how do I make my Balisong flipping look good with less overall skill? So like there's gonna be a bunch of tips on how to make flipping interesting that basically have to do with style. So they can like, just little hand motions, because the thing about this is like, you're kind of performing. Every time you're flipping, it's like a performance, right? You got your combos, you got your tricks, you throw them all together, and you put it on like an act. So how do you make that act look cleaner, better, smoother, more difficult, so it looks more difficult, but you're really not working quite as hard? So I'm gonna just go through some tips. Number one, master all of the variations of the basics. So for example, let's say you just finish a combo, you do a short stop, that was horrible, ignore that. And you want a backhand close to finish it off, right? You can go like this, you can go like that, right? You can go like very smacky, very like, you can try to go for smooth, you can go for like, there are a whole lot of ways you can finish that. Let's say just for the backhand close, the way I usually like to go is something like this, where it like whips around. It looks like, I think it looks really smooth. Let's try to get a better angle on that. Ready? That was horrible, hold on. Not horrible, just not what I was trying to show, right? You kind of whip it around. But something like that, where it's just a slight little variation on a common but kind of bouncy sort of trick. So the original, what I like to do, you can do it both ways actually. If you can master this kind of thing, it just makes the end of your combo look a lot more clean. You can end up doing like things at the end that just look like you're not even trying, right? Like, so I get here, it's just like, not even trying, that's just like the end of the combo. All right, so that's number one. Number two, add unnecessary extended fingers and stuff. So like, for example, this one, you can do a chaplain like this all you want. It looks fine, right? But what I think looks a lot cooler is if you're kind of like loose in the hand, thumb out. This is like generally the way that I chaplain versus something like this, you know? Sorry, I'm just not used to going like that. I feel like it's very rigid, right? It's going great. All right, so like loose. And you can really see that with things like the, what is this? Ring chap. If you're gonna go here, ring chap, you could be rigid like that, all my fingers back like this. It'll do the job just fine, right? Or you could be loose in the hand and have some, you know, less fingers up in this case, and it looks a lot smoother, I think at least. So I think it's about like finding that balance within a combo where you can get it as smooth and as clean as possible with your hand being like kind of loose. It's a hard thing to explain. It just takes practice. Another one you can see that with is like open hand stuff. Like if I'm gonna do a reverse, what's that called? Reverse cherry picker. If you go like hand closed, kind of like very forced, you know, hand closed doesn't always mean bad, but I like open hand because it feels like it just like glides through. Generally, open hand is better. That's what I think. So like, you know, if you can kind of just like practice flipping with your hands very open, like extending your fingers at whatever points are possible, I think it usually, for me, it helps smooth things out and just make the whole flipping thing more dynamic. All right, that's like what, 3, 2, kind of 3. You got master the basics, try different methods, you know, to get through those. You got chaplain specifically, being loose. You got extending your fingers for tricks that may not even need it. What else do we have? learn a couple hard tricks, but don't be focused on cramming everything difficult, you know, into a combo. So like, for example, if I'm gonna do, I don't know, we'll just do something, this combo, right? We'll do that combo. One more time. So to start things off, chaplain, not the hardest trick I can do. Then you go here, and this is a twirl ladder, right? Twirl ladder. Looks like that, right? So this is going from kind of easier, relatively easier. It's not to discredit you if you're having a hard time with chaplains. Relatively easier to a trick that's a little bit harder. There's actually, I want to come back to that in a minute, about some unnecessary motions that look good. All right, you got chaplain, then you're going into a twirl ladder, and then you're going into a reverse behind the 8-ball, which is a relatively harder trick. Easy, medium, harder, and then a nice, like, whatever looks smooth to finish it off. I'm sure I could come up with something more difficult to finish it off, you know? Like I could go here and then like double scissor, which I suck at. But why do that when you can have it be like nice and smooth and come to a good finish, right? So which for me looks usually a lot like the thing I talked about before. This into like, I don't know, some backhand thing to finish it off. Shortstop into some backhand thing and just drop it or whatever you want to do, right? All right, what I was talking about before, something I forgot to add to the finger thing. Wrist, like turning things and doing things upside down randomly makes it look cool. It doesn't even like, it makes tricks look totally different. Like, ready? Watch this, all right? Twirl ladder. What am I doing? Hold on, twirl ladder, take 2. Right? Now twirl ladder with pizzazz. I didn't finish the same way, but you get the idea. There. You notice how I like turn my hand upside down? It's just like, if you just do that and like randomly throw that in there, that's like the easiest way to take flipping from beginner looking to intermediate looking, and then eventually intermediate to advanced. So, what else do I have for you? Loose grip. Keep a loose grip. You don't need to squeeze this while you're fanning. Do everything loose, right? Loose hands while you're chaplaining. Just like let stuff flow. All right. A lot of these tips are like, if you look closely at some of the big time, really good flippers, not me, like good flippers, like your Matt Bats and your, I don't know, Joff. Like, there's plenty of people that do this. If you look closely, you'll notice that their hands are open like a lot of the time. Open hands, always doing things like turn around, right? And it's just like something that's so simple and easy, and I didn't do it for years, literal years, and then all of a sudden I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try this out. I did, and it makes a huge difference. So at this point, I'm kind of just rambling. Those are the basic, big ideas that I have for you. Yeah. Oh, one final thought. Don't worry about being fast. Being fast does not mean being good. Being smooth, if you can do a basic combo smooth, it's better than doing an advanced combo sloppy and fast. in my opinion. So like, just don't rush stuff, you know? Just take your time, land it clean. You'll thank me later. Look, going fast seems cool, but it's not that cool unless you're like actually really, you've mastered all the things you wanna do in the combo. So yeah, definitely recommend. I'm gonna drop the Instagram @ of some people I recommend you check out for style stuff, and definitely recommend you check those out. So yeah, that's kind of all I have. Please leave any comments of videos you may want to see in the future. If you need help with anything you need clarified, just yeah, let me know. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful.